Sometimes you may wonder, Cynthia, where do you get your ideas for the videos? And that's precisely my secret. I get them from everywhere. For some reason, I was born with a gift, with a specialty that turns anything into a journey. For example, living through a hurricane could be a complicated experience. The power and the heat going away. In fact, I have a video about that, where I learned how to draw. And that was just one of the reasons why I once stopped going live on Twitch. Although if it was just that, it wouldn't be interesting. Now, if the light pole in my street breaks in two, leaving the wires on the ground, it's more interesting and complicated, isn't it? On top of that, we're passing cars over it for days, so you wait for them to fix it someday, adding to the fact that not only the light pole fell down, but also your internet cable is shorted. All because of a palm tree that hit the cable during the whole storm, making us wait for a month without internet. Because we realized that everyone already had internet, even with the pole broken. We just had to call Telmex to get the cable fixed. And that was it. Surprisingly, the cables were very resistant. They were still working with the cars on top of them. In fact, I have a comic about that. I was like 7 weeks without being able to upload comics because of that. Or when I was going live on Twitch, I got sick of COVID to the point of almost needing an oxygen tank. I was so weak that just going to the bathroom and back was such an effort that I need hours of rest to recover. When I had to take a bath, I was always on the verge of fainting in the shower. I could barely move from my bed, and that must have been about 2 months that I stopped doing a stream because I couldn't do them. You know, I never realized the amount of things that happen to me and that complicate me until I started a hobby that requires dates and constancy. For me, everything was so normal that I didn't even see it as strange. For example, let's talk about what happened in these 3 months. The first month was my health. I had been more than a half a year with neurological insomnia, where I could be awake for more than 48 hours. In order to compensate for the sleep, I was eating high amounts of caloric food, since energy drinks and coffee didn't have the slightest effect on me. In fact, if we do the math, I started the channel in this state. I had too much time to make videos, but sometimes my body didn't move even if I couldn't sleep. I took several different lighter pills because I was young for something stronger. If you saw the video of the time I wake up twice during a gallbladder operation, you will know that I have a resistance to substances. I couldn't move the pen properly, and I had trouble keeping up with the rhythm and not getting them out in time. In the end, they gave up on me and prescribed me something strong at last. But the change from eating large amount of food and not sleeping to the opposite affected me a lot. For 1 month, I collapsed every week for a different reason. My body was so weak that the day I went to see houses to move, I almost fainted. I only saw 2 houses and went to grocery shopping, but by the end of the day, I could barely stand up. The next day, I didn't even go to the school because my body didn't respond. I couldn't move it. Between physical and mental breakdowns, I struggle to turn everything and keep up with school. Meanwhile, a month went by where I couldn't do anything on YouTube. After a month, I started to feel better. Yes, I will be able to do many videos until the school told me, "No, Misiela, it's the end of the semester." So I replaced the collapses with sleepless days doing homeworks and projects. My mother thought that I was relapsing into insomnia and all over again. I told her not to worry, that it was just school, not wanting me to sleep. For the past month, I had a teacher who barely uploaded any classes or assignments that helped me a lot to recover. But the problem is that it let us do the whole third midterm in 2 weeks. So my hopes of making videos for YouTube went up in smoke again, along with my sleep hours. But when I was waiting between classes, I made scripts. So at least I made some progress. The third month that I didn't do video was the most curious. I finally moved out of home to a house that didn't have a Telmex line, so we got service from Telcel internet. Yes, I upload videos with that internet.